is my project that I worked on with my group. It is called MarsNet-RL, and it is an AI system that helps satellites autonomously navigate the Mars environment to avoid collisions with specifically space debris. It uses reinforcement learning to avoid these collisions, and this is the landing page. My group and I were interested in space exploration and also robotics, so we meshed them into one. So we are focusing on how satellites navigate, and also they are in space. So as you can see, this is the landing page, and on the bottom there is the three main components of this app. The first one is the telemetry, just meaning that the AI system is aware of the speed of the satellites, and this just mimics the data that maybe a ground station on Earth would get of how the satellite's doing, how much fuel it has, how fast it's going, all that data. Then there's a Copilot chat box, so the user can use if they have any questions about the app or what's going on. And then there's a predictive congestion engine, which is just the AI model predicting which areas are likely to have collisions, and thus telling the satellites to move in accordance to avoid collisions. So this is the button to see the simulation that was created. So if we go in here and you start it, you can see that there is a simulation with Earth and Mars. I do have to zoom in, but there are the four major orbitals, like C1, that satellites are most likely to be launched to. And all of these white labels are just satellites, as you can see, these little green orbs. And it's numbered because you can change the amount of satellites that there are. And it shows the status of them. So this one says okay, meaning that it's not trying to evade anything. But as you can see, there is some space debris in this orbital. So there is a yellow orbital in an evade mode. If you look even closer, you can see that the yellow one is moving to try to evade the space debris to not have a collision. As you can see, there was one red spark, which was a collision. And you can see on the left, there is a reward points. So if the model avoids a collision, then the points go up. And if it is close to a collision or does have a collision, then it goes down. So this is the number of the points accumulated from just the start of its creation. That's why the number is so big. And these are the avoided hazards, collisions, as it's learning. So on the top here, you can see just some stats of how the model is doing and how it's learning. So how successful it is, how the fuel of the satellites are. And on the bottom, you can see the status of all of the orbs. So the satellites. I also wanted to note that there are the moons of Jupiter just going around too, to just show the environment around Mars better. Here's the other one. And then on the bottom, there is a little briefing about what the AI model does for the user to use. It shows the amount of satellites that are currently in the simulation and how many are in the evading state. And then finally, there is on the bottom, you can see the three main sections. So there's the assistant, the chat box, where you can just type away and ask a question. There's the training logs, which shows what the satellite states are. So the nominal means that it's not in danger, it's not evading, it's not anything. But for the evading, it shows like action 0, action 1, action 2. So is it thrusting away from the orbital? Is it going left? Is it going right? How is it trying to evade the space debris? That's basically what it's showing. So yeah, that was my app. I hope you liked my demo.